I do not see love movies. They are too boring for me. I do not like comedy movies either. I find myself sleeping halfway into them. I'm not the kind of person who loves confrontation, and I've never fought anyone my entire life. But I find myself strangely drawn to action-packed movies, especially where there's a crime to solve and a protagonist with cute eyes, beautifully carved beards, breathtaking muscles, and a handsome but confident smile. Yes, I like my protagonists cute and fit. I only recently knew they were called protagonists. All my life as a Nigerian child, I've called the protagonist actor. See, I love the fights. I love the fights. The sniper guns, silent guns, and shotguns. But I especially love how my actor wields them. See, I have confidence in an actor who knows his arsenal. So through my anxiety, as I watch the criminal drag the actor's daughter into a dark room, though my heart skips as he ties her down and tries to cut off her throat, I find hope dancing in the corners of my heart as the actor reaches the door. A calm joy seeps into my mind, brightening my eyes and causing my lips to tilt in a knowing smile. My enthusiasm is fueled by my knowledge that my dear actor knows how to wield the armor at his disposal. He knows the tactics with which to disarm the criminal and save his daughter from the waiting arms of cold-blooded murder. But imagine a day, an unusual day where the protagonist is unskilled, a total novice, completely oblivious of the mechanics required to operate the armor in his disposal. Imagine a day where he walks into a room to save his daughter from the clutch of an arch enemy, but although he has the best ammunition from the best arsenal, he's unable to wield any. Imagine a day such as this. A day where the criminal kills the protagonist and slashes his daughter's throat. A day where the movie comes to an end even before it begins. Not because the story wasn't written to favor the actor, but because he was unskilled, unable, lacking the technical know-how to operate the armor. Well, I know what would happen. The director would scream, "Cut!" And that scene would be repeated until the choreographed fight ends with the criminal on his back and the protagonist on his feet, triumphant. But life is not a movie. Neither are life's battles choreographed. No, we are not fighting fellow actors, and neither do we have a director to cut our death scenes and call for a retake of moments lost to ill preparations. One more thing. There are no spectators here. Every breathing person is a foot soldier. Neither are there middle ground. See, there are two sides, and you're either in the kingdom of light or controlled by the powers of darkness. No, this battle isn't necessarily physical. See, neither is it fictional. It is real. We are fighting against flesh. We are not fighting against flesh and blood, but against powers, principalities, wickedness in high places. And the battleground isn't somewhere out there in the sky. It's right where you sit, right between your ears in a faculty called the mind. It's a battle of words, thoughts, and imaginations. For you see, physical victories are only a reflection of victories won on the inside. It's a battle to cripple your potentials or let them blossom to fruition. It's a battle so invisible yet non-fictional. A battle physically quiet but mentally engaging. A battle to bind the strong man and let freedom reign in our bodies, souls, and spirits. And this strong man It's not like the passive criminals in the movies hiding away with his victim, hoping not to be caught by the protagonist. See, this strong man brings the battle to you. He is active on Google, searching for a vulnerable mind, a mind to attack, to devour. He drops thoughts on us like our minds were Twitter and he had an account. Tweeting constantly. He knows he has a short time for this war, so he tries to weaken our spiritual muscles, cripple our potential, and steal our purpose. He tries to keep us from reaching out and getting all that Jesus asked us to occupy till he comes. But we are not disadvantaged in this war. See, we are not fighting to gain victory. We are fighting from victory to impose victory. And we are not fighting empty-handed. See, we have an arsenal, the best arsenal for this war, stocked with weapons nowhere near carnal. No, our weapons are not physical. That does not mean they are fictional and lacking power. See, our weapons are mighty through God for the pulling down of strongholds. See, we have been equipped with defensive and offensive weapons with which to bind the strong man and let freedom reign in our bodies, souls, and spheres of influence. God is strong. And he wants you, his child, to be strong. So take everything the master has laid out for you. Well-made weapons from the best materials, so that you might be able to stand up to what the devil throws at you. This is a life or death battle against the devil and his angels. See, be prepared. You're up against more than you can handle on your own. So take all the help you can get. Every weapon God has issued, so that when this is over, you will be standing on your feet triumphant. Truth, righteousness, peace, faith, and salvation are not just words. Learn how to apply them. You will need them all through your life. Stand enwrapped in truth, for only the truth you know will set you free. See, righteousness is a breastplate. It will shield your heart from thoughts and feelings of worthlessness. You have worth. You have audience with the creator of the universe. Wear the shoes of the gospel of peace, taking the footprint of the good news of Christ everywhere you go. See, faith is a shield against which every arrow thrown at you fall away like wilted flower. Salvation is your helmet. It will keep your head held high and whole. So you see, truth, righteousness, peace, faith, and salvation are not just words. They are your defensive weapon. And we have an offensive weapon, God's word. It is indispensable. See, God's word is God's sword. It is sharper than any physical two-edged sword. It stops the devil in his tracks, keeps him on his back, and slices through his lies and schemes. And we deploy those words through prayer. See, we understand that in this case, silence isn't golden, it's deadly. So we declare the decrees of our King. See, we fall the walls of Jericho and occupy enemy territory with loud shouts, not silently. And we employ the weapon of praying in tongues. Yes, with confused noise and with a stammering tongue, we impose the territory and victory of our King in all spheres of life. And we understand that a soldier who is unskilled in handling the weapons in his arsenal is as good as dead. So we exercise, we train, we dwell in the secret place of the Most High, abiding under the shadow of the Almighty. We are being transformed into polished foot soldiers by the renewal of our minds. We eat the bread of God's word and drink the cup of prayer constantly, so that well fed and prepared, we do not faint in the heat of battle. No, we do not faint in the face of adversity, because our strength is not small.